welcome to the lunchtime iMusic Academy stream. Hope you guys are having a great day. I see we're already at 3 likes. We haven't even started yet officially. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I just sent out some PDFs to our email list, and we're just going to do a quick pop-up lesson. I say quick. I'm going to practice for a while, and we're going to go through some of this because I want to encourage you guys, especially for my beginners to intermediate. I want to get some focus in and show you some things that I think will really help you. One thing that we're going to use today is our backing tracks. We're going to use iReal Pro, and at iMusic Academy we have a whole playlist that we use to practice different things. So we're going to do a little bit of jazz practice and a little bit of blues practice. We're going to start with the blues practice, and we're also going to go over several PDFs. So the first one in the email I sent you guys the beginning 5-note pattern, 5 patterns or 5-finger patterns, and there is a whole, I think it's a two-page document there, and then another simple document of PDF of the minor third to major third. And so we're going to do some of that and just talk about how to groove in the most simplest way over a blues. The most simple way we can do it. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the track. If you do jump on, make sure you like this video. Hey Vicky, good to see you again. This is our second stream of the day, but we're going to go ahead and keep practicing together, and this is just to get you guys going and hopefully motivated and encouraged that you can do this stuff. So grab your PDFs and let's get to work. So first I'm going to turn on sort of a Texas blues style. It's very simple blues, but I'm going to go over this PDF, the beginning blues one. So the first thing we're going to do, let me pull up that chart as well. Let me get that going. So this is our Dean's List blues, which is our Dean's List blues, which we'll do in a minute. But let me put that beginning sheet up that I put in the email. And the other very important note, let me stop this for a second. I have two important notes as we begin. I put in, we're going to go over the Bob Songbook today. That's another thing I want to encourage you guys. The Bob Songbook is one of my favorite things. In fact, we've done 2 volumes of this, and each song teaches an important concept. And so you put them all together, and then it gives you a lot of improv ideas. So this beginning blues sheet we'll go over. I also have a really cool announcement about another channel that I started that's doing really well, and I want to encourage you guys to go follow that channel. I'll go ahead and say it now, and then I'll get you guys to say it again if we can get more people watching. So over the last year and a half, I started kind of a different spin called Jazz Piano Studio. Some of you have heard of it, but on Instagram it's going really well. I think we're at 16,500 or something like that people, and it's mostly 10 to 15 second clips. Some of them are a little shorter, but it's very fun, very blues. It's mostly jazz. I mean, Jazz Piano Studio, but occasional blues things. But it's everything from compositions to chord voicings to trio to licks to patterns, all kinds of things. But Jazz Piano Studio is the handle there, and we're at 16,500. So here's what I'm going to get you guys to do. I'm going to post the Dean's List PDF on that Instagram site, but I want somebody out there to go follow my channel, Jazz Piano Studio on Instagram, and put a comment. Just put iMusic Academy, and you'll see. It's basically like a division of iMusic Academy, but it's going so well, and I want you guys to go there, and I want to see how many of you will follow that channel, and let me know by people who are following the channel. But if you put iMusic Academy in one of the comments, that'll be a direct, I'll get that message and I'll know that you came from this stream. All right, here we go. Let's dig in. So I'm going to turn on the track, and I'm going to pull up this PDF here. This is our beginning blues. And we're just going to start getting used to grooving over this simple thing. We see we have 4 people. Yeah, all together, Jazz Piano Studio. All right, so on this We will get to Bob's songbook, but let's do some first warm-ups on this other stuff. So let me pull up the sheet. Again, this is in the email list that I sent out to all of our iMusicAcademy email list. And here we go. Let me pull that up. Okay, so the first one is, it's written like this down here, but I'm going to put my right hand up an octave because I like the sound of that. So here we go. A great warm-up, 2 and 3 and 4. And the great thing about this pattern right here, all the notes are going to work over the entire blues. Another great thing is, as you're playing each one, I get into this shape. Let me just teach this really quickly. Especially for my beginners, is that you get into this shape. It's the first shape in our blues course, right? Shape 1. You put your finger over every single note, and you know that all of those notes are going to work. It doesn't matter the order. You can change it up in lots of different ways, which we do on this sheet. But this will give you a lot of confidence because once you get into this shape, again, I practice mashing it all down at the same time, and I know all of the chords are going to work, or all the notes in this pattern are going to work over all of the chords, and we'll demonstrate that. And the way you're going to ease into it is, you don't have to do it in both hands right now, but if you have a little more experience, I want you to practice it in the left hand as well. And we're going to put voicings with it in a few minutes, but also it doesn't matter what key you're in. This is a great shape to get in any key, and this will give you confidence no matter what key somebody shows up. You're at a band, and they say, come on up and play. Well, even if you're a beginner, if you know what key they're playing in, you figure that out, then you have these 5 notes that are going to work. And we're going to demonstrate that right now. Let's say you show up somewhere and they're going to play the blues, and we're just going to be in C, and here's the 5-note pattern. And I'm just going to at first just play it just to get comfortable with that. And then we're going to go to the next example in just a minute. How it works over every single chord. I can start at the top. Even that makes it a little more musical, right? Let's do it again. Do the next one on the sheet. So the next one is this. I'm sorry. Wait, what's different? Oh, okay, let me stop this. So the second one is actually putting the bass line with it, which we're not going to do over this pattern, but just so you guys know and you have the sheet and you're practicing it, this is the first one, but the next one just has the C, G, and C, A. And this is for my solo blues piano players, right? And I like the fingering 5-2 to 5-1. Really important, and at first you start playing this, if you don't have a lot of experience, this can feel hard to lock the hands up. But the way you do it is you first 1 and 2. Okay, so my F note is going to get the C and A. And then when I get to that G, I'm back on C and G. So there are all kinds of ways to learn how to lock things up. What I always tell my students is that if you're having trouble locking the hands up, one of the things you do is play it straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so let's go on to the next line. This one, I love this sound right here. And again, even though the bass line is written out, we're going to practice this in unison lines, so that means hands together playing the same note. So C, E flat, F sharp, G, boom, da, ba, da, da. And then I'm going to go ba, da, ba, da, 4, 3, 1, 2. So my right hand, 1, 2, 1, 4, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2. What I always like to do is to make sure I'm writing out all these PDFs with fingerings that I suggest. Those are the fingerings I use. But I always say if you have a better fingering that fits your hand better, that's absolutely fine. So here we go. I'm going to turn on the track, and we're going to do this second idea. Here we go. Let's do that again. All right, now I'm going to go back to the first one just to practice going up and down. 2 again. I'll go back to the second line now. First one. 2 and 3 and 4 and... All right, now let's go to the next one. This is our fourth example. 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, let me stop it just for a second. So let's talk about our chords that we're using. We're only, in this simple blues, we're only using 3 chords. We're either using a C9, an F13, or a G13. So we have the notes E, B flat, and D is our C9 chord. And how in the world do you know how to build the chords? If you learn the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and you think of, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I say do the formula 3, flat 7, 9, here's what you're going to do. The third note of the C scale is E. Put your pinky on that. Your flat 7 of the C scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is when you lower it by half step. And then I'm putting a 9 here on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that gives me 3, flat 7, 9. That gives me a very nice C9 chord. So a 9 chord wants to go to a 13 chord by, guess what? You lower the bottom 2 notes by a half step, and that automatically gives you a really beautiful sounding F13 voicing, a 3-note chord voicing. Now, how do I get the formula for that F13 chord? I take the flat 7, the 3rd note, and the 13th note from an F scale. So I have to learn how to play my F scale, which has 1 flat, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. And then I simply do the same thing where I say, okay, my chord formula is going to be an F13. So now I think about the scale of F, and I find the flat 7. And how do you find the flat 7 of any note? You simply go down, not a half step, but a whole step. Put my pinky on that note, and now I'm going to the 3rd note of the F scale, which is A. And then I'm going to go to the 13th note. And the easiest way to do this is to count up to the 6th note, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I play those 3 notes. And the reason I call this an F13 is not because it's not a 6th note, it's now a 13, because anytime you have the flat 7 in your voicing and you add those notes on top, that is now an F13 voicing. Once you memorize this shape and you understand this as an F13 voicing, E flat, A, and D, you'll never have to think about that again. It's simply a shape. So to get from a C9 chord to an F13, you simply lower the bottom 2 notes. The only other chord that we're going to use in this blues is a G13 chord. And all you have to do is take this same shape up 2 half steps, and now you have the flat 7, the 3, and the 13 of the scale of G. So how do you find that as the 13th note, the flat 7? You go down a whole step from G, and that gives you the flat 7, so pinky on F. The 3rd note of the G scale is B, and the 6th note which becomes the 13th note. G13 is the E note, G, A, B, C, D, E. So you have these three chords. Now, these are going to sound great as you're playing while you have this bass and this drums going along. So we're still going to do the beginning patterns for right now, but we're going to use those chord voicings. Here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now we're going to go to F13. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And then we're going to go to G now. F. Again. F13. All right, now let's go to the next one on the list would be this. And this works over the entire blues. 2 and 3 and over to G. One more time. I like the way that sounds. All right, the next one on the list does a fun tritone, that F sharp up to C. F sharp, C, F sharp, C, F sharp, C, F sharp. Let's go to the next one down. 3 and 4 and 2 and 4. 2. I kind of like that. Let's do the next one. Here we go. I like that. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and on the G. Let's look at the next one. like that. So that one is kind of like minor pentatonic, minor pentatonic. Da 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 da. Let me stop it really quick and let's talk about that one. Yeah, I have this track really booming in my ear, so it's hard to even talk over myself sometimes. All right. What I really like about that is you have this minor pentatonic sound. This, instead of always using the blues scale note of the tritone, the sharp 4, da 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 da, which sounds great. Sometimes we want to hear that minor pentatonic sound. So what this does is da 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 da. It gives me that nice pentatonic sound. All right, let's turn on the track and do that for a minute. We're almost done and we'll move on to the next one. Here we go. 2, da, 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 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4. All right, let's do the next one. Measure 26. I like that. And da 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 and 2 and 3 and 4. I like that one. All right, let's do the next one on the list. So, I kind of like that too. Down the list. Oh, that's it on this PDF. Okay, let me stop it really quickly. All right, so that gives you several, what is it, like 10 or more licks that you can play over just the 5-note pattern. So 1, 2, 3. Well, anyway, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's plenty to do. And just what's great about that is knowing that it doesn't matter what key you're in, you can still do these same patterns, and it'll help you not only survive but thrive whenever you're playing with a band, right? You can turn on these tracks, you can play in any key, and you can play those same ideas of knowing that you have this 5-note pattern that you can play in all kinds of different ways. If you're on my email list, I send that out to several thousand people about 30 minutes ago. So that's on there, as well as there's additional PDF that I put in there. It's simply the idea of the major third. Let's go to a jazz backing track and do the same exact thing. And I want you to hear how the same thing works over a jazz context as well. Up just a little bit. This is still kind of a shuffle. We need jazz. Hold on a second. Let's do. Turn it on. Medium swing. Let's try that. Okay, so if you have the same idea in mind. purpose, I was taking one idea off of that beginning blues sheet, and in this case, the 5-note blues pattern. So what do I mean by that? If you're in the key of C, whatever key you decide, and you go down 3 half steps, you can play the first 4 notes of that blues scale, the A blues scale. The first 4 notes are going to sound great, and all the notes are going to work over all of the chords. So if you're in the key of C, go down and play the first 4 notes of the A blues scale, and it gives you a really nice thing to play. And to take it to the next level, you can also roll up to the major third. Occasionally you want to hear that major sound. So the blues scale, it gives us all of those blues scale notes, and they sound great, but occasionally I want to hear a major sound on that. So that's why I put this bonus PDF of just the reminder that you could do 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, and occasionally you might want to go up to the A, which is just up the octave. Imagine if you're doing this, but then you go. Now that's a blues lick, but blues and jazz work so well together. For me, I like the way that sounds. So let's just demonstrate over the C, just so you hear the major sound. That was that A blues scale. So here we go. When I go to F, how that works. All right, let's keep going. I love the way that sounds. It feels good to me. All right, the next thing we're going to do is let's jump over to, we're going to do Dean's List Blues in a minute, but let's go ahead and do Bob's Songbook. Let me pull that up for a minute. Okay, I'm going to go here and pull up volume 1. Where is Bob's Songbook volume 1? Okay, right here. All right, so because we've been doing an iMusicAcademy unofficial membership for over 2 years now, we have 20 amazing students. We meet several times a week, and they have access to everything, of course. And what I love is we've created these books together, and I love to create actual song books that teach certain things. So we're going to actually start on volume 1 and go over the I See a Pattern Blues. Let me get rid of this and put up the right thing. Make sure you guys can see that. Okay. Make sure it's showing the right thing on the screen. And it's not. Okay. Oh, okay. There it is. Okay. So we're looking at the book, Bob's Songbook Volume 1. Now we have a Volume 2 as well. But I absolutely love these. I use these to practice myself, and one of the things I'm doing today is just going through some of these. So what I love about these are their clickable indexes. So I See a Pattern Blues. And what I love about this is these often are written for blues and jazz. In this case, we're going to use a jazz blues. Same chords that we were just using, which is in another one of the Bob songbooks, the way you play your left-hand chords. But we're going to do this. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. So this is the C blues scale, but it's descending. It's coming down. And what makes it nice, at least for me, is instead of playing it on the downbeat, 1 and 2 and 3, and I just delayed it by a half beat. So you're starting on the and one. The more I play, I see a pattern. So that's the first part of the song. The more I play, I see a pattern, a pattern. And just for fun, we add lyrics to a lot of the songs. I see the blues scale and then it does this really cool, I call it an Oscar Peterson type thing. Know that it is just what I need. Know that it is just what I need. So it's actually the blues scale notes, but it's putting that tritone in there. So even this first line is just full of information, full of things that you can use to practice when you're working on your jazz blues or regular blues, but one. So I'm still getting the blues scale in. Just by a half beat really makes it a little bit more musical, right? And even the second part of it, that Oscar Peterson type lick, will actually work over all of it. Now I'm back on that very simple blues scale. Now I'll put the pattern coming down. So I'm really practicing that blues scale. And then now I'll just practice that one lick. Another part in this song that's almost the complete song for the very first song in the songbook, but there's one other thing that's happening, and I already played it, but let me do this again. So I'm going to pull this up. Where did I go? No, I went to the wrong one. Did I exit out of that? Let me try this again. So I'm here. Nope. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. Well, I am now, okay, now I know what I did. I am in our stream folder, and this is where we have our weekly lessons, which is a lot of fun. This is not inside the membership area. That's a whole nother thing, but for our 20 students that we've had for the last 2 years, this is where they come for their weekly practice. And so we're going through all these books and all these play-alongs and theory and everything. There's so much to tell you, but right now we're focusing on this. But I see a pattern blues. I'm going to click that one more time. Let me show you what happens at the end. So I go da 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 da, and then right here it goes to the E flat. Da 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 da. It goes up to the minor third. Okay. Now, why is this important, going up to the minor third? Because that puts you in another shape, the top of the blues scale. Now, in my shapes course, you guys know that I teach this as shape 1, this as shape 2, right? Get in this shape, and this shape 3. Now, why is that so good? Because one, it fits under the hand. 2, your middle finger sets you up perfectly for knowing whatever key you're in. That specific shape gives you the root. Your thumb gives you the 5th. Your index finger gives you the flat 7, and then your 4th finger gets you, or 4th or 5th, gives you that minor 3rd on top. And all those notes are going to work over the entire blues, and that's why I love it. Let me just spend a little time just on that shape. 2 and 3 and 4. That time I just decided to come all the way down. Isn't that nice how you can take the shape on top and do that? I love that. All right. Let me refresh this to make sure we're good. I'm going to check the chat. All right, very good. So let me do that again, and then I'll play the entire song, and we'll go to a different one. Another great thing that you can do is if this is your shape 3, right? You can use your 4th finger to help transition back into the shape 1, right? So I'm going. And when I'm going up and down the keyboard with the blues scale, I'm really visualizing that 4th finger getting to the F sharp, right? This one, I like to practice just that one idea of enjoying this, make sure you say hello in the chat if you get a chance, and like the video if you're enjoying this. Hopefully we're going to get up to at least 10, so I know that you guys are enjoying this. I did send out the PDF to everyone in our on our email list, and what I could do is I could try to put a link here. I'll need to upload. Let me think about this. I think I can add one. Let me see if I can do something here for you guys. All right, so I'm going to look in my drive here. Let me see if I can add something for you guys to make it really easy for you to get these charts. In the meantime, give a like to the video, again, if you're enjoying this. And I'm going to put IMA YouTube, and I'm going to put in, let me add something here. All right, I'm going to put in this beginning blues sheet. I'm telling you guys, this is an amazing, simple way to take you to the next level of digging in and practicing this stuff. All right, so I'm putting it here. And then I'm also going to put in okay, so I'm going to do something else for you guys. I am putting in this folder that I'm about to share with you guys, the Dean's List Blues, which we'll go over in just a minute. Let me create a link, and I'm going to share this link, copy link. All right, so we're at 5 likes. Here's what I want you guys to do is help me. Let's try to get up to 10 likes. But in the meantime, as my way of saying thanks inside the chat, I am putting, there are 3 PDFs in this YouTube folder. So here's how you can help me. One, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And then if you didn't hear the announcement earlier that I have created a new site, a new channel. It's actually a couple years old, but fairly recently I started posting. It's Jazz Piano Studio on Instagram, and we're at 16,500, and it's growing pretty fast. So I want you guys to go over and subscribe to that, follow that, and just put iMusicAcademy in a comment so that I know you guys are from YouTube. So go right now to Instagram, Jazz Piano Studio, and on all of the videos, and there are tons of jazz chord voicings, there are compositions, it's really intense with jazz, but I think you guys will love it. And then make sure that you, inside the chat here, I put a Google Drive, and I want somebody to test it out and make sure all 3 PDFs are in there. So I just put that entire blues PDF in there for you guys that has all of those, how to sound like you know what you're doing. If you have more experience, I want you to take those beginning PDF ideas and go up a half step, right? And then get familiar with that in all keys. I think that's really important. The other thing is that I put the Dean's List Blues, and we're going to go over the Dean's List Blues. So with my 20 students that I have and have had, they're all different kinds of levels. We have retired people in there. We have a few younger folks in there, and everybody, lots of different levels. So every age is welcome, and every stage of your piano playing is welcome. And it's a great community. But one of the challenges I gave everyone this last week is I said, hey, write out your own blues based on the things we've been learning together, and send me a video or an audio message of you playing it, and then I'll write it out for you. So that's exactly what we did with Dean's List Blues, and it's a really fun chart. So I put that in the link here. So let me do this. Let me pull up the Dean's Blues, and we'll learn that, and I'll show you guys how you can practice that. Let me find the Dean's List Blues. Going to be right. What did I do with Dean's List Blues? Okay, all 3 are in there. All right, very good. All right, let me find the Dean's List Blues. Well, you know what? What am I doing? I'll just pull up. That's where it is. We'll do the easy version first. I need to find it on the screen. It's a problem. Oh, is that it? Let's see. No, that's not it. There it is. Awesome. Okay. So Dean's List Blues. Let me shrink the window down. Go download that inside the chat. There's the Google folder. Subscribe to that. And I'll start putting some PDFs in there. But I definitely would love to hear from you guys to let me know if you enjoy these PDFs and if you're enjoying this. Like the video, comment, and go to Instagram, Jazz Piano Studio altogether, and you'll find that that channel is really growing fast. Met a lot of really neat people through that channel. And sort of been featured in some ways as a great jazz resource. So let me do this. Dean's List Blues. All right, let's turn on the track and go over the Dean's List Blues. First thing I'll talk about is, look at the left hand. It's these voicings are all written out, right? Same ones we've been using. F13, C9, A7 sharp 5, D minor 9, G13, and this is going to do the turnaround chords. 1, 6, 2, 5. Let's do it one more time. 2 and 3 and 4 and F13. And you go pinky up, pinky down. F13, F sharp diminished, C, and then D minor 9. That's good. We have 6 likes. Keep them coming. Here we go. All right, now we're going to do the Dean's List Blues. Here we go. Let me pull it up to make sure. I don't want to disrespect Dean and not play it right. I'm actually not even on the right thing. Here we go. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to take this window off so that my chat window is different from the music window. That's my fault. Okay, that should do it. Let me just check. All right, here we go. Everybody who's coming on, remember that inside the chat you can download all 3 of these PDFs, and I think you're going to love them. All right, here we go. So Dean's List Blues, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And I didn't do that right. It's actually the pickup first. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and pinky up. A nice little tremolo. Oscar Peterson type lick. Put this up on Instagram, by the way, but you guys will already have the music. Why is this such a nice song? Melodically, it's great, and he has a nice lick in there, couple nice little tremolo, but it's very simple in the way that it does 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and notice that recurring thing happens pretty much through most of the tune. In the same way that this, or the same as this, or this. These simple ideas that you can use over and over the entire blues. And so as you learn a lick like this, 5, and then it's chromatic up to the 6, root, second, so whatever key I'm going to, I can start to think about that specific pattern, and you can practice this over and over. So I had a gig last week where I played, so Dean, we just got done with a chart, and I played it on the gig that night. I mean, nobody's going to come up and say, hey, is that the Dean's List Blues? But it's fun because it's just a blues, right? But you're using really nice vocabulary ideas. And this thing at the end, 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, and then. So in Blues Volume 1, we have some licks that do that. Like we have one that does this, right? And one longer lick that goes 1. Right? And so Dean took that idea, and instead of doing the whole lick right here, he just started 1 and 2 and 3 and then, right? And that sounds great to me. So he did a great job of kind of crafting up his own blues, and then we were able to write it out, share it with the iMusicAcademy community, and of course now you guys have it. So here's what I want to encourage you is, as you're learning this specific song, you know that you had this, but what does that start on? It starts on the 4 of whatever key you're on, and it's doing thirds, F up to A. So over F, it'd be the same exact thing. I'm starting off on the 4th note of the F scale, and then I have to do minor third to major third. So I want to make sure I learn that. So if I'm playing a sort of a down home blues, I could do this over the jazz, but I'm going to demonstrate how this kind of thing would work over our, oh wait, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. 1 second. So this will be the Dean's List Blues. I'm going to do I'm going to change the style to, why is it doing that? Blues. Where's my style? Oh, there it is. Okay. Blues styles. And I'm going to do Chicago Shuffle. I'm going to demonstrate. So as I'm practicing this one idea. Oh, it goes, changes quickly. 1. Wait a second. That's not the right one. Sorry. I need the basic Dean's List Blues. Let's see if this one does it. Practicing that as quickly, and let's go back. So you have the Dean's List Blues. Let me show you the difference between those two PDFs in the Dean's List Blues. One is, notice that these are C9, but it's whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. So it's whole notes there and half notes. The difference is level 2 is I put these comping chords where you're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So the and of 3 is short. 1 and 2 and 3. The reason this is important because when you're playing jazz, after you learn how to do the basic rhythms, you want to get some rhythms that are a part of your playing. And one way to get that is actually practice them separate. 1 and 2 and 3, hands separate. 1 and 2 and. Sometimes you want to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 4, or long short, or short short, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 4 and 1. So there are a lot of different ways you can play your left hand rhythms, but it's good to practice left hand only. All right, let me go back to the jazz track and I'll demonstrate this more enhanced, a little more difficult Dean's List Blues. Go back to jazz and we're going to do medium swing. One and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's finish up by doing one more song. We'll go back to the songbook. That's actually going to have to go in volume 3. I hate to say it. Oh, I get to say it. I'm excited about that. All right, so let's do this. We're going to go and pull up Bob's songbook. So this is the folder where you download the stuff, and then I'm going to go into my drive and I'm going to pull up where is our IMA practice stream practice folder. So every week with our members we we have a whole membership area that has every single course for our blues courses and everything in there, and all kinds of other stuff. And that's all the courses are online. But this is our practice stream folder. So we have theory in here with how to build voicings, jazz toolkit, all this stuff. And then you have IMA Jazz, which has Dean's List, B-flat blues comping, all kinds of jazz-related things, blues-related things, iReal Pro Songs playlist. And then we have we're in our Christmas boot camp, which we started today, which is awesome. This has its own PDF with Christmas stuff. So we have 15 tips for 5-minute practice success to go with our Christmas things. And then you have Christmas Eve blues, you have Jingle Bell Blues, you have our, chord voicings, jazz trio voicings. It's just full of stuff. And then you have, of course, Bob Songs Volume 1 and 2 in there. So let's pull up. So we just did I See a Pattern Blues. And if you ever want to hear any of the songs, you just press the camera icon. It takes you to a private YouTube playlist. But let me pick one more to do a little bit of. I love all of these. They're so much fun, and I practice these all the time. And honestly, a lot of you guys have inspired these. So let's see which one I want to do. Jazz trio chords. Now this is nice because it does the 5-finger pattern with the jazz voicings and all the jazz chords. Days Leaving on a Plane. Let me think of which one I want to do. See You on the 6th, Comp Day, Island Blues, Jazz Trio, Blues on the Move. Let's see. I think I want to do that one. Jazz Trio, Blue on the Move. All right, so let's do this. What I love about this song is it's 5/6 root minor third. So 5, 4, 2, 1. So it's outlining some really important chord tones. The 5th, the 6th, the root, the minor third. And then it comes down the scale and goes down to the 6th, and then da-dum. So it gives you that bluesy minor third to the root. And then it does pentatonic. Now, how do I know that's pentatonic? If you have your 5-note pentatonic scale, C minor pentatonic, C, E flat, F, G, and B flat, and you do it in 4-note cells, when you get up to the top, that's right out of your pentatonic. And then back to the first part. And then does. I love that turnaround there. 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Notice that that's right out of the blues scale, but it's turning it around to make it interesting. All right, now to show you how neat this is you can take any of these songs and play the same different vocabulary that's going to fit over this C jazz blues. Here we go. One. Take any of those pieces and use them all the way through. I could play this through the entire blues. So that's a great shape to get under your fingers. And then this one, and then the last thing for your turnaround chords. What's a turnaround chord progression is, or a lick, is something to help get you to the top of the form. And then it goes back to. All right, so I'm going to let me check one thing. Let's end by speeding this up each time as a good workout. We'll start at 120 and we'll make it get a little bit faster each time. this, make sure you like the video, and remember to go to Jazz Piano Studio on Instagram and put iMusicAcademy on any of the videos, and then let me know what you think of the channel. I think you're gonna like it. Here we go. A 1, a 2. That are coming in. To 10 likes before I get done with these choruses, and we're only at 8. It's gonna get fast. actually thought it was going to be faster than that. When we were at 15, I thought I was going to get faster quicker. All right, so that was fun. My demonstration is wear something out over and over and have fun with it. And guess what happens when you start it again and you do it a lot slower? When you start it from the beginning, it's going to feel so much easier. And then you could take that idea and put it with any of the ones we've already done today. You got Dean's List Blues, right? 2, 3, 4, 1. Beginning blues. Or how about this? So even doing those makes me want to go. And now flat. All right, you get the idea. You could take any of these ideas and put them anywhere at any blues. It's going to sound great. And you have all of these tools. Make sure as we wrap up, please know that I created a folder called the IMA YouTube. And right there, there's a Google Drive, and it says there are 3 charts in there. There's the beginning blues sheet. There is the Dean's List blues, the easy version and the hard version. It's not hard, it's just a syncopated. Gives you the 1 and 2 and make sure you practice those left-hand voicings separately. And then the last thing I said is we have the Jazz Piano Studio that's doing really well on Instagram. And I would love it if you go subscribe to Jazz Piano Studio on Instagram and put hashtag iMusicAcademy on any of the videos. I think you will really love them. There are just improvisations and strictly jazz. Occasionally I'll throw a blues thing in there. But it's chord voicings, it's Oscar Peterson licks, it's compositions, it's free improvisation, all kinds of things. So I would love to know if people from here are actually going to go over there, because I know the other thing is happening. People from Instagram are coming to iMusicAcademy. Also, several of you know that I'm also on TikTok as well. And I think we have 8,000 or getting close to 8,000 on that channel as well. I do a lot of the same posting where I'll post something from Instagram and then put it on TikTok. But anyway, all those channels are going well. iMusicAcademy is really growing. And the last thing I'll say is this membership that I created about 2 years ago. We have 20 very faithful people in our group, and I go live with them just like I'm going now. But it's Monday and Thursdays. And they have access to all of the courses, as well as the practice stream folder. And so there's direction, there's clarity on everything that we do, and we work together. And you never have to pay for anything else when you're a member. Like we're doing a Christmas boot camp, and we just started it today. It's Christmas in October, which is crazy to say, but I love for everyone to be to not only get a lot done, but if you wait till December to practice for your gigs or just for playing for your family, it'll never happen. So we start in October, and we do the Christmas Eve, the Christmas songs. So they're all in there. But anyway, if anybody's ever interested in becoming a member, it's literally less than signing up for one lesson with me for a month. And you get access to literally everything, including our amazing community. And I have a whole membership back end that has all the courses in it. And it's really a special part of, honestly, my life and what I've been doing. So it doesn't matter if you're retired or you're a a young person, a jazz teenage phenom, or I have a couple of students that are actually members, but they're just a part. They just hang out with us. They're not official members. So I send them the videos. But we have room for everybody, and it doesn't matter your stage of piano playing. I think you will love it. And if it's not iMusicAcademy, find a community that you like. It's a very encouraging community at iMusicAcademy, and I'm so thankful that we started that. So if you want even information on that, just email me, bob@imusicacademy.com. And other than that, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Let's try to get to 10 likes ASAP on this. You have 1 minute to say your goodbyes, which pretty much is you saying goodbye to me, Vicky, today. Usually our members tell each other bye. They're always talking during our lessons. I go unlisted a lot of the time. And my last little side note is, you've noticed that I haven't been doing a ton of videos on YouTube, and that's because our membership has been where my time has been really focused on doing all that. But the YouTube channel is important to me, so thank you for hanging out, and hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.